Lying out in Supta Swastikasana as Angie is here. Palms turning up towards the ceiling. Just allow the spine to be supported by the bolster. Chest gently opening. Knees gently falling down towards the mat. Back of the neck is long. Chin drawing in slightly. And we just steady ourselves here. Today's short sequence is Surya Namaskar, or salutes to the sun. But today we're going with a little bit less height than we've previously demonstrated using the blocks. Let's change the fold of the legs. Once again, allowing the knees to fall down towards the feet, the hips to open gently. And just discover the breath as you enter into the space in which you want to practice today. Gently bringing the knees together. We roll to the side and we come on up. We're going to take the bolster and move it right off your mat and have your two blocks either side of the end of your mat on the high height, standing in Tadasana at the end of your mat. Bring the inner edges of the feet together. Lengthen the toes, create a nice broad base through the soles of the feet, four corners pressing down equally. Grip and lift the knees to firm the thighs, the tailbone lengthens and pubic bone lifts gently towards the navel. Shoulder tips move back, dorsal spine moves in, and we straighten the arms as best you can to lengthen down to the fingertips. The head rebalances on top of the spine. And we just observe the breath here in Tadasana, or mountain pose. So the first round we're going to step through a little more slowly as you start to get the sequence. And then for the later rounds, we will start to move a little more quickly with breath. But if you need to slow down and just keep going at your own pace, then do so. Otherwise, we begin. Inhale to raise the arms to Urdhva Hastasana. Encourage the pressure into the four corners of the feet, an opening of the side waist, armpit chest. As you exhale, bring the hands forward onto the blocks on the high end. If you can't reach the blocks, you can bring hands to the shins or thighs. But preferably today we press into the blocks with straight arms, the legs lift up into the hip socket, and the space between the hips and the crown of the head gets longer. From here, inhale, and as you exhale, we turn the blocks on the low or the medium end, bend the knees, and we step the right leg back to a long lunge. So just really encourage here the front knee, the left knee stays stacked over the top of the ankle, and the right leg is gripping firm. As you press into the blocks with straight arms, there should be plenty of space there to lengthen the spine all the way through the crown of the head and keep the chest open. We press back to dog pose, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So stepping the left leg back, extending the heels down towards the mat, opening up the backs of the knees, grip and lift the knees again to firm the thighs. The spine gets longer. Keep the height underneath the hands. From here we come forward into a straight arm chaturanga. So we stack the shoulders over the top of the wrists, keep the legs firm, lengthen your tailbone towards the heels and the spine out of the pelvis towards the crown of the head. We bend the knees to the mat and nearly to the widths of the mat. Touch the toes together and sit back in your child's pose. Again, keeping the hands up on the blocks to open the armpit chest. Try not to let the head drop down here. Keep the ears in line with the biceps, the spine long again from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Inhale to come forward over the wrist. Exhale, turn the toes under, straighten the legs, back to dog pose, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale to step your right leg forward. Now you may only get your leg forward halfway. So if that's the case, I want you to reach with your right hand and grab hold of the ankle bone and bring it forward in one more motion. So again, the ankle stacks underneath the knee. Pressing into the blocks, grip and lift the back knee nice and strong. Get longer through the spine. Stepping the back leg in to join the front leg, and the head goes down now to your extent for full pose Uttanasana. Now that being said, if you are on cycle, you keep the height as Angie has here, or if you need the extra height because the back doesn't allow it, then you work the legs firmly. Straighten the legs here. Inhale, raise the arms, stand tall to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, the arms down to Tadasana. So that is the round or the cycle that we're going to work with today. If you have a little bit of time, you can set your timer and just work to your timer and keep cycling through. If you're going to move with us, we're going to work for a few more minutes through this Surya Namaskar. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale to Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Stay here, press into the blocks. Inhale, get longer. Exhale, bend the knees, adjust the block height. Right leg steps back to a lunge. Stay here, get longer in the legs and the spine as you inhale. Exhale, back to dog pose. Inhale to come forward to your straight arm chaturanga. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale, come forward, wrists underneath shoulders, and press back to dog pose as you exhale. Inhale, right leg steps forward to a lunge. Exhale, back leg steps in, head goes down. Inhale, raise the arms, stand tall, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to Tadasana. I'll walk you through again, this time focusing on the legs and the dorsal spine. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Press into the blocks, get longer into the spine. Exhale, right leg steps back to a lunge. Stay here. Exhale, press back to dog pose. Come forward to straight arm chaturanga. Exhale to child's pose. Come forward, bring the shoulders over the wrist. Exhale, back to dog pose. Step the right leg forward in between the hands in one or two motions. Exhale, bring the back leg in and head goes down. Raise the arms, stand tall to Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale the arms down to Tadasana. Inhale, raise the arms, forward fold. Stay here for an inhalation. Right leg to lunge. Stay here for an inhalation. Left leg to dog pose. Inhale to come forward to your straight arm chaturanga, child's pose. Inhale, bring the shoulders over the top of the wrists and press back for your dog pose. Inhale, right leg steps forward in between the hands. Step the back leg in, head goes down. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, Tadasana. Raise the arms, Urdhva Hastasana. Ardha Uttanasana. Right leg lunge. Left leg dog pose. Straight arm chaturanga. Child's pose. Coming forward, dog pose. Right leg to lunge. Left leg, full pose Uttanasana to your extent. Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana. Raise the arms. Fold. Lunge, right leg. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Straight arm chaturanga. Adho Mukha Virasana, child's pose. Dog pose. Lunge, right leg. Forward fold. Full pose Uttanasana to your extent. Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana. 2 more rounds in your own time. And just stay here in Tadasana. Notice the heart beating. Notice the breath rate. The heat that you have generated within the body. But also the firmness and the steadiness you've created. From here, let's lie out for Shavasana. So just clear your mats of your props. Take as much or as little support as you like, whether you use a bolster, a blanket, covering the eyes. That's up to you today. As you come into your Shavasana, again, bring your attention to the breath and the heart. And as you lay here for a few moments, observe that things start to slow down and steady. And then let go. Some of you may wish to pause the video now and take a little bit extra time in Shavasana today. Just make sure you bring yourself out gently at the end of your time. Bringing the hands to the abdomen one at a time. Bending the knees. Gently rolling to the right, support the head as you come. Making your way up to sitting, facing forward, in crossed legs, or up on your haunches. Join the palms together. Bring the thumbs to the heart center. Soften the eyes down. Let them close. Beautiful, energizing and warming practice. Namaste. Releasing the hands and gently opening the eyes.